April 2026 has brought a sweeping set of immigration-related changes across Canada, affecting temporary workers, asylum seekers, permanent residence applicants, passport users, and families hoping to reunite. The month stands out because multiple major federal and provincial updates are unfolding at the same time, making this one of the busiest periods for immigration and mobility changes in recent years. The most significant development is Bill C-12, which became law in late March. This new legislation reshapes several parts of Canada's immigration and asylum system. Under the new framework, people who entered Canada after June 24, 2020, and wait more than 1 year to make a refugee claim may no longer have their case referred to the Immigration and Refugee Board. Another important change affects irregular border crossers, as those who wait more than 14 days after entry to make an asylum claim may also face ineligibility. The law also gives the federal government broader power to share immigration-related information between departments and to cancel, suspend, or modify groups of immigration documents when it considers such action to be in the public interest. Another major topic is the new temporary resident to permanent resident pathway. This initiative is expected to create a route to permanent residence for up to 33,000 foreign workers over 2026 and 2027. It is aimed at workers already in Canada who are filling ongoing labor shortages, especially in sectors such as healthcare, construction, agriculture, transportation, manufacturing, and essential services. Rural communities are also expected to benefit. Because the full details are still being rolled out, workers are being encouraged to prepare key documents in advance so they can respond quickly once full instructions are available. Canada has also introduced important changes to passport services. Passport fees increased at the end of March, marking the first major increase in many years. At the same time, a new service guarantee took effect in April. Under this measure, complete passport applications are supposed to be processed within 30 business days, and if that standard is not met, applicants may receive an automatic refund of the passport fee. This change is designed to improve service reliability while also reflecting the higher costs now being passed on to applicants. Families using the Super Visa program also received some relief. Hosts can now qualify using income from either of the two most recent taxation years instead of just one. In addition, the visiting parent or grandparent's own income may now help address a shortfall in the host's earnings. This makes the Super Visa more flexible and could help more families reunite even if their financial situation changed recently. Provincial nominee programs are also changing. Provinces and territories now have greater authority to assess whether nominee candidates intend to reside in the nominating province and whether they can become economically established. This shifts more responsibility away from federal officers and gives provinces more control over nomination decisions. Several provinces are also making their own adjustments. Saskatchewan, for example, is extending application and review fees more broadly across worker categories, while Quebec is benefiting from a separate temporary measure to help certain foreign workers stay employed while moving toward permanent residence. There is also a new time limit on federally funded settlement services for economic immigrants. Starting in April, access will be capped at 6 years after landing, with a stricter 5-year limit coming next year. Refugees and family class immigrants are not affected by this measure. Rural employers are also receiving more flexibility under the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. In participating provinces and territories, rural employers may be able to keep more low-wage temporary foreign workers on staff, rising to a limit of 15% of the workforce in some cases. Finally, permanent residence fees are rising later in April. Citizenship costs have also increased, and express entry category-based selection has been updated for 2026. New and revised categories will affect who may receive invitations in targeted draws. Overall, April 2026 as a turning point. Whether someone is seeking asylum, applying for permanent residence, renewing a passport, bringing family to Canada, or working temporarily in a rural area, these changes could directly affect their plans and decisions.